Everything in my life is more important than this podcast.
Yeah, we could tell.
No, I don't have a funny example off the top of my head.
DC, how many miles have you walked today?
How many miles?
In real life or in Fortnite?
So, I have walked 0 steps. Let me give you guys the week summary real quick. This will really impress you.
More like the week summary.
Hey, Pound, I'm gonna need you to cut your shit out today.
Don't cut it out.
So I walked so much that I had a blister from about 2 weeks ago that formed on the, what is it? What's the part of your foot under your big toe?
Oh.
The ball? Is that the ball?
That's your toe.
No, on the bottom part, like it's not your heel. It's the ball of your foot.
I don't know.
Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. The skin on the bottom of the other side of your foot.
Usually calloused.
Yes. So that got a really bad blister, and I just walked through it, and it went away. And now it's like it's formed a second layer of like more sensitive skin. Like I'm gnawing down my foot bone and skin, and it's just going to be nothing because I'm walking so much. All right. So how do I steps, Bailey? How many steps do you think I got last week?
Oh, the fuck do I know?
Guess.
I feel like this is gonna be one of those things where you ask, like, you have like some insanely huge number, but the other person doesn't know how to guess. So they're gonna be like 5 billion, and you're gonna be like, no, now my number sounds like shit.
No, I'm gonna go 30K.
I'm gonna go 50K.
87,000.
Why?
Jesus.
Where are you going?
I walk. You know this.
Yeah, we talk about this every week,
He
actually.
chases girls down the
I walk to
sidewalk.
my car in the morning to drive to work. I drive to work, park 15 minutes away.
DC's like, yeah, I parked my car 5 miles from my house.
And then I walk 15 minutes to my work. Mid-morning, I take a 15-minute break and walk. And then at lunch, I walk for an hour. I have an hour lunch, and then a 15-minute break in the afternoon, and then another 15-minute walk home. And that usually gets me around 16,000 steps. Usually.
DC actually gets in his car, drives away from work, and then walks from where he parks.
Yeah, that's what I do. Well, you don't understand. Parking where everybody else parks is $15 a day.
We already discussed all of this.
Did we really?
Yes.
DC's got one of those Flintstone cars where he has to run to move it.
Well, yeah. Anyway, so that's where I'm at today. I had to take a break, no steps today, because of my blister.
I've done like 10 steps today. Let's go.
When's the last time you worked out? Did you work out?
There's nowhere to work out. Everything's shut.
No, but like run out.
Yeah, not with that mentality.
Running outside, walking outside. I don't know.
It's not working out, but no.
Yes,
never.
it is.
No,
It's exercise. It's exercising.
Yeah, it's exercise.
What's the difference between working out and exercising?
I would say working out is like going to a gym and using gym equipment.
Here's what I want to know. What the fuck is working? I know how to work out. How do you work in?
Yeah. See, this is the shit. This is the pound shit. We just cut it all. Editors cut it all out.
Why isn't it just called working?
Because that's different than what we do from our jobs, right? If people said, I'm going to go work, they're going to be like, you're going to go lift weights? Like, that would be so confusing.
Okay, so let's go through a little history lesson. So somebody was going to the gym. They said, I'm going to go work. And somebody said, you mean your job? No, we should come up with a way to differentiate. What if we work out? And they're like, why did you just add out to the end of the word? How does that make sense?
Working out outside? I don't know.
It probably was outside.
Working
know.
outside. Yeah, working out of the house. I think that's what it is. You're working out of whatever you should be in.
Tune in next week when we bring on an etymologist to help us go through. Is that what it's called? An etymologist is somebody who studies the history of words?
I don't know.
I mean, I know there's the word etymology, so I assume that's just
It's called working out because you're putting out action. There you go.
Is that what it is? Do you Google it?
Yeah, I googled it. Sorry, I cheated.
He wanted this to be over.
Yeah, I wanted to get kicked off the podcast, actually.
Yeah, we kick you if you look anything up. We remove you from the call and you're done. Pound, do you have a good story for us for the Truth or segment? Every time I say that name of the segment, I get so bummed.
Truth or lie, dude.
Truth or lie. Welcome to the show, Truth or Lie, where all you have to do is figure out if they're telling the truth or lying.
We're literally like 40 minutes early.
No, we're not doing it now. I was just asking him if he had a juicy story for us towards the end of the podcast.
Either you tell the truth or you die. It's high stakes.
You know what, Pounds? I heard you had a very good story about Pizza Hut.
Oh my God, how scripted was that?
I wanted to work into this, you know. I didn't want to start off too strong.
I
but
just transitioned for you.
That was the worst transition. Bailey goes, "Oh, Pound, Do you have anything to tell us about Pizza Hut?
I wanted this to be like our ending segment. That's how strong this is. I don't think I've ever shared anything more important on the podcast before.
Why don't you start off with a bang, huh? Because when we save stuff for the end, we're 2 hours deep and then we forget. Yeah, we forget. So let's start off strong.
Okay, now all this is sarcastic. It's not that good of a story. But Pizza Hut, I don't know if you guys have seen their new special. I get half of the YouTube ads I get are for their Pizza Hut's new special. It's called the Pizza Hut Taste Maker. Have either of y'all heard of this?
Nope.
No, but just some clarity as to why you get them. You watch food reviews of Mel's and Chris, Joe the Raptor, all titled Pizza Hut Pizza.
It's true.
And then you're like, why am I getting these ads?
And you used to work at Pizza Hut, right?
I did. Bailey, I was wondering, does anybody out pizza the Hut?
No, I don't think so.
Nobody out pizzas the Hut. That's right. Yeah. So today's sponsor, Pizza Hut. Go get your Detroit style pan pizza and use promo code BDP. Go ahead, Pound.
So, there's ads all over the fucking ass about their $10 Tastemaker. And you're like, Tastemaker? That's a pretty, intense name for a pizza. It must be really good, right? It is a large pizza with 3 toppings on it.
A large what kind of pizza? They have hand tossed, thin crust, pan pizza.
It's any of them. You can choose any of them.
So it's a 3-topping pizza.
Yeah, it's not even like its own thing.
I feel like I need to look
pick
this
3
up.
toppings.
I feel like that's not true. There's something different.
Not allowed. No Google.
You Google.
And here's the shittier part. They keep advertising. They even made a calendar. They made a 22 1/3 month calendar. Because there's 680 possibilities, and they have a calendar with a possibility on each day, so you know which one to order today. And they're hyping it up so hard, and it's just normal. A year ago, March of 2020, they came out with a special where it's a large 3-topping pizza for $9.99. It was a better deal, and it didn't have a special name either.
I'm really glad you didn't save this for the end.
But why are they hyping it? It's just something on the menu. That's always it's. Right. It doesn't make sense.
What is your least favorite pizza topping?
Olives.
I don't like olives.
That's a good one.
I don't like pepperoni. I really don't like pepperoni.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
I would
a
prefer.
Controversial one.
I would eat a pizza with any other topping over pepperoni first, except for anchovies. Have you ever smelled anchovy pizza?
No, but that's
Pizza
disgusting.
Hut. It was disgusting. Anchovies, first of all, you guys know what they look like, right? Canned anchovies. Yeah. Disgusting. And then you peel them out one by one in this gelatinous, disgusting, smelly pudding. And then you place them on the pizza and then it bakes. And the aroma. Every time I opened my pizza oven door to get an order out, you would know 5 minutes ahead of time that there was an anchovy in there. And it just was disgusting.
Yeah, apparently it's almost like a meme how bad they are. Because my first memory of anchovies is when I was 3 years old. Every time we ordered pizza, my grandfather would make the exact same joke. We'd be like, oh, we're ordering pizza for dinner. And my grandfather's like, oh, make sure you put anchovies on mine. And he was being sarcastic. I was too young to understand sarcasm, so I thought he really liked anchovies. It turns out he hated them.
He's the only person in history.
I had to Google the Tastemaker pizza. And it's not just a 3-topping pizza.
Okay, maybe the Pizza Hut expert can give us some insight.
The only reason I think this is special is because a large 3-topping pizza is $10, right? So that would normally be like a $18 pizza. So you're saving money. And then the other thing they're really throwing out there is that it has 680 topping combinations.
But last March they had a large 3-topping deal for $9.99. It wasn't called the Tastemaker. It was just
all Pizza Hut does is just make absurd, if you go to Pizza Hut and you pay full price for a pizza, you fucked up. They are always running specials. It's like the clothing stores where they always just have discounted prices, but that's because the stuff is cheap to make, right? Like a Pizza Hut pizza should never cost you $18. But there's people, if you don't ask for promo codes, you'll end up paying that much.
I think I finally put into words what my issue is.
Okay.
And I had the exact same issue with the Travis Scott meal at McDonald's. If you give, and this is just my part, maybe y'all disagree on this, but in my mind, if you give an item a name, we're coming out with the Tastemaker, it's our new thing, it has to be something I couldn't have ordered before. Even if it's a special deal. Right. You can't be we're introducing the Big Mac 2.0, and it's the Big Mac with an extra pickle. It's like that's not an item.
It'd be worse if they gave it like a new name though. It's just like a whole new product, but it's the same fucking thing. What is the Travis Scott meal? What is that?
It's a quarter pounder with bacon and I think lettuce with a Sprite, and your fries come with barbecue dipping sauce.
Why that specifically, and why has it got his name?
That's what he gets. That's what Travis Scott eats.
Do they do that for a load of celebrities or just him?
Yes, a load.
He was the first one that was...
That was like, yeah, they've done more since, but yeah, that was the first like McDonald's one I'd seen in a while, and that was everywhere. And so that's like, they accomplished their goal of like making Travis Scott burger known to every household.
And here's what pissed me off, right? This is kind of going back to why I was pissed off about the Tastemaker. I was excited to get the Travis Scott meal. I'm like, I'm getting exactly what Travis Scott gets. A quarter pounder with lettuce and bacon, a Sprite, and fries with barbecue dipping sauce. I pull up. You don't understand how pissed I got. When I rolled, no. I said, I'd like the Travis Scott meal. And you know what they asked me, DC?
Are you Travis Scott?
Yes, that's what they said. They said, what would you like to drink?
Oh.
The whole fucking point is that it comes with a Sprite. That's the only unique thing about it.
Why are you so mad?
Pound easily
because
screamed.
Then it's just a quarter pounder meal.
Pound screamed into the ordering window. Are you fucking kidding me? I wanted a Sprite. And speeds away. Doesn't get anything. He's just so upset. He's listening to his Travis Scott album. He's got his jewelry on.
If you can get it. I've got my tattoo. Yeah. Well, I'm sure he has some tattoo.
Yeah.
And then. But the whole point, the whole reason it's the Travis Scott meal is if you can choose whatever drink you want, it's just a quarter pounder meal. It's not the Travis Scott.
Right. I hate to break it to you, but it's just a quarter pounder meal anyway.
Yes, I know. That's exactly what I was like. That's like if I went to McDonald's and I was like, I get a chicken nugget, 4-piece nugget with a Big Mac and French fry, and I asked for a side of buffalo. They're like, it's the Denny. Oh, I almost just doxed myself. It's the DC the Boss meal. And
they're like, you play Fortnite?
Yeah. They're like anything on the menu that you just pair together, they just brand it as a celebrity meal. Like put a filet mignon and say this is like the Britney Spears meal. Like that would be interesting.
Yeah. I always thought they should do like I know they do have like some fancy McDonald's. I think it's the exact same menu, but there's one, I think it's like 2 stories tall. It has like an elevator and like it's like I've heard about the story like 10 years ago. I have to go look it up, but it's like a fancy McDonald's. I think they should have one where they like go all the fuck out. Like it's all cooked to order. It's like a different ingredients. It would be like a huge hassle, but I think it would be good advertising.
I don't
like,
even
people would
think
be like,
I don't think we would enjoy it, right? Because the burger would taste nothing like a McDonald's burger.
Yeah.
It would be fresh meat. It'd be cooked relatively recently, and it would taste. We'd be like, this is shit, and it'd be like triple the price. I think that's why fast food is so good. Like their burgers don't taste like anything that I would make at home, and that's probably a bad thing.
I got the worst service of all time at Little. I was watching the Mel's and Chris food review on Little Caesars, or maybe it was Elliott Family. Who the fuck knows? But Little Caesars 2 years ago, they had a pretzel crust pizza. It's a normal pizza, but the crust is made out of like pretzel, dough, whatever. And a Little Caesars super fan, he started like a petition to get them to add it back to the menu. And then it's kind of a cool story. They end up adding it back to the menu, and they give him free pizza for a year.
Who?
It's a cool story for him. Just some random guy who's like loves Little Caesars.
You know, Pizza Hut had a pretzel crust pizza, and let me tell you what that really was. It was our standard hand tossed pizza dough, frozen, comes in pucks, and you just bake them, let them, whatever. And then we take this pretzel tasting spread gas can and just squirt that on the crust. That's it.
I could believe that. Yeah. That's probably what this Little Caesars thing is.
I don't think I care about that though. As long as it looks and tastes like a pretzel, I'm sold.
Right. That's how everybody is with their food. Well, I don't care if it's made of carbon monoxide gas and horrible. As long as it looks like a donut, I eat the donut.
Exactly.
So Little Caesars has this thing they're known for. They're hot and ready pizzas. So if you walk in, most of their pizzas are hot and ready from 4 to 8 p.m. So if you walk in between 4 to 8 p.m., the pizza's already made for you. You can just walk in and pick it up. You don't have to call ahead. The pretzel pizza I was looking to get is hot and ready from 4 to 8 p.m. Unfortunately, it It was 8:30 p.m., so it wasn't hot and ready, but I didn't mind waiting 10 or 15 minutes, however long it takes. So I go there, and I ask for the pretzel crust pizza. And the guy goes, give me 1 second. And he like walks to the back, and he comes back, and he's like, the promotional paper says we only make it from 4 to 8 p.m. And in my head, I'm like, no, it's hot and ready from 4. You still make it while you're open. But I was just like, oh, okay. And I just left. But wow. I was fuming for the rest of the night.
So you've told us 2 stories where you went to get food and just left.
Just left.
See, that's the difference between me and you, Pound. And I think it comes from working and managing years in restaurants. Is you can get whatever you want as a customer. You should have known this working in Buffalo Wild Wings, although that's corporate, so they do have more strict rules. But if you would have said, look, that kid would have said, we only make this from 4 to 8, sorry. You nod your head, you look him in the eye, you say, let me speak to a manager. Then he changes he'll get either pissed and be like, who the fuck is this guy? Or he'll be like, oh shit, okay, maybe we can make it, let me ask. But either way, the manager comes out and you say, can I purchase a pizza from your establishment, which is probably not rolling in the cake. So then you could use any sort of business. And this little fuckhead out here, told me I'm 20 minutes late and I can't get a hot and ready pizza. I'm about to punch him in the goddamn throat.
And you're currently getting escorted off the property.
Yeah. No, you don't get that aggressive, obviously, but you just say, can I have this pizza, please? And they'll say, yeah, no problem.
I walked in, I said, can I have the pretzel crust pizza? And they're like, you mean the Travis Scott pizza?
I just picture that kid just like walking in at 8 o'clock. It's like 45 seconds after 8 o'clock. You open the door, he's looking at his wristwatch, smiling, and you say, I'll have the hot and ready. He goes, 45 seconds late. Like the kid just loves the power.
Because all their pizzas are hot and ready from 4 to 8. So that guy's implying that they just don't make pizza. The other hours are open.
No, they're preparing all of the hot and ready ones to reheat.
It's not even fucking true, by the way. You can walk in from 4 to 8 and still have to wait for the pizza.
Yeah, I don't go to Little Caesars. That is like the shittiest establishment ever. No offense. Their pizza is dog crap.
Don't the quality change per state though? Doesn't the quality even?
It shouldn't.
It's not supposed to, yeah. It might.
They get their products shipped nationally from the same manufacturers.
I know Europe is famous for having like better fast food places. I think you talked about that, Bailey.
Yeah, I did.
I think it's just the workers care more.
And I think the governments have higher standards for what's like legally food. Like they can use ground up dog food here and put it in a Taco Bell taco, and it's like, oh, technically it's meat.
As long as it tastes and look like beef, I don't care.
Exactly.
Right. It's kind of weird how there's sometimes it's like you said, sometimes they can put dog food and human food. Sometimes it's the reverse, where like you can do stuff to humans that you can't do to animals. Like if your kid's like acting up in the store, like you can beat his ass, nobody will like fucking look at you. But if your dog, yeah, of course. If your dog's like barking or something, and you like hit it, like you're going to jail. Like you can't fucking touch an animal.
Yeah, that's true. That's a Louis C.K. bit, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You fucking...
Okay, you caught me. You caught me.
Plagiarism.
Just for context, Pound was going to tell me a joke before the start of this podcast, and he's like, no, I can't tell on the podcast, it's stolen, and now he's done this.
Now he's telling stolen jokes.
Look, but I wasn't saying it as a joke. I was saying it as this is real fucking life.
You were taking the idea as if it was your own, Pound. It's plagiarism. And legally punishable by 5 years in prison in the state of Louisiana.
You know it should be legal.
Porn?
Yeah, it should be legal. When that McDonald's worker asked me what drink I wanted for the Travis Scott meal, I should have been able to pull up to the drive-thru and just...
No, you should have just citizens arrested him. Got out of your car, like, put your hands behind your back. That would be a great video. That would be a great YouTube video where we like walk around the city, wait for somebody to do something illegal like jaywalking, right? That happens all the time. Yeah. And we put them under citizen's arrest.
Yeah. Like what's a good example of something that feels illegal but you're allowed to do it?
When you're 17 years old and the porn site says you must be 18 to you say
that's dude, I thought I might go to jail. I remember I was like 13. I went to that porn site. I clicked I was 18. I was like, okay, if police don't show up in the next 5 hours.
Pound didn't even like beat off at that moment. He clicked yes, I'm 18, and then he sat by the window for 30 minutes seeing if the cops were going to show up.
That's something. What if they actually started cracking down on that one day?
Oh God, dude!
Like all of a sudden, police are just juvie is full of kids who said they're 18. The officer like sits him down with his parents. And he's like, why don't you go ahead and tell him what you told the computer earlier today? You're how old?
The parents will stop backing him up.
Parents are like, no, we lost his birth certificate. He is 18.
What do we have? Does anyone have, Bailey? What does your podcast notebook say for this week?
Nothing. I don't have a podcast notebook.
Damn it,
bro! Nothing happens in my life. I'm in fucking lockdown.
All right, Bailey. Let's dig into this. So it's Monday morning of this week. Are you able to recall what you did for the last 5 days? Some people can't do that.
DC every day blends into one.
I know. That's why you gotta.
They are all the same.
Are you working?
Yes.
Are you allowed to go to
from
work?
home. No.
Damn.
So every day is the same.
It's like an insane asylum. What are those padded rooms called? Like where you can't leave.
Like solitary confinement.
That's what this is. Like. So your Bailey is in solitary confinement, and it's so strict where he is that if you get caught walking on the street past hours, the cops have a legal right to pull you over and ask what you're doing, right?
Bro, there's not even hours. It's just all the time.
That's crazy to me, dude. I walk around. I go into every establishment I want to. Like, you just have to partially be wearing a mask here. Like, it's.
Bro, the establishments aren't open. There are fucking convenience stores.
How is everybody not out of business where you guys are then? How's your economy doing?
I don't fucking know.
On a serious note, what does one normal day at home look like for you? Like, if this is, I'm asking you to be very vulnerable and honest with us to get a sneak peek into your life. You can respectfully decline, or you can walk us through the hour by hour play.
I wake up.
What time?
I masturbate.
What time?
I work. I masturbate. It depends. If I like, some days I have to work early, some days I don't. So if I have to work early, I'll get up about 8:30ish, and then I'll start work at 9. If I don't, I'll get up anywhere like around 10.
Oh, 10 o'clock is such shit.
That's a great hour. It's like 9:30 is like is the sweet spot for me. If I can wake up at like 9:30 organically.
Yeah, I agree. Because then I can spend like half an hour in bed until 10, and then it doesn't feel wrong, you know?
Yeah, like the day's wasted. Nothing worse than like when you sleep in till 11 or 12, and by the time you get ready to like, you eat, shower, and whatever, it's early afternoon. You're like, fuck, I'm ready to go back to bed.
I used to do that all the time.
Yeah,
it made me so fucking sad. It was like, bro, my days are just gone.
There's something special about feeling productive. Like I love being lazy and doing, like, I'm somebody who has no problem playing video games all day, watching movies, TVs all day, whatever. I'm fine with that. But there's a different sense, different feeling of just a day where you just get so much shit done and can then actually relax for a minute. You appreciate it more.
Oh yeah, 100%. You spend all that time being like, bro, relax when, and then it comes, and you're like, but then if you do it like all the time, it's like, oh, I've done nothing. Yeah. I'm a useless waste of space.
Would you rather do nothing all the time or just never be able to relax? Always be doing something.
For what time period? For the rest of my life?
No, for 2 years. 2 years.
Oh, I would never rest then, I guess.
Yeah, for 2 years, I would never rest. Because the stuff that I get done in the 2 years is probably going to buy me some time afterwards.
Yeah. Like,
Whereas if I do it the other way, I'm going to have to make up for it.
I think about my single mother's schedule growing up, right? Like, she was a single mom. She would wake up at like 5 o'clock, drive us to preschool, like the daycare before school started, because she had to be at work at like 6:30, 7 a.m. So we'd be there at dark in the morning alone. Well, somebody was watching us, but it was like 5 o'clock in the morning.
You just sat outside the school. It's not even open.
And then she would go to work a whole day, come back, pick us up, make dinner, drive us to practice, fold our clothes, do our laundry, whatever she needed to do. And then, like, before I knew it, she was going to sleep and waking up and doing the same exact thing all day.
Isn't it weird how, like, when you're like almost 30 now. So, like, when you have kids, they're not going to know anything about what you've done for like this for like all of your life now, you know? Like, they'll never know how you are now, what you do, and, you know, your thoughts on shit. But they'll know you when you grow up, which is really weird.
Yeah, it'd be like there should be a simulation where you could, like, in the future, where you capture somebody's child conscious self into a program, and then you can load it up and you can hang out with your kid parent as their child.
It trips me out all the time thinking that my parents were like one time my age, you know?
Were they cool? Were they like, you just want to know like everything?
Yeah. Because you only go off what they tell you, and they're not going to tell you anything like that.
Dad, what did you do as a kid? I woke up, masturbated, went to work,
Masturbated again.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's gonna be so funny when, like, if my kids ever ask me about, like, Corona and stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, we're in lockdown, I masturbated a lot.
Yeah. They're gonna read about us in the textbooks, though. They're gonna make, you lived through Corona?
I know, that's why I wanted to get Corona, because I know I wouldn't die, but then I had it and could say that I had it. That's cool as fuck.
Wow.
Bro, I can flex on my grandchildren. I can be like,
I can get the vaccine here, I think, legally, because I'm...
Yeah, you can get it here, too. It depends on your age.
Overweight. Isn't that sad?
Nice.
It's not that the BMI scale, I think I fall into, like, obese.
They're doing it by age here, so you have to be, like, 50 or some shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never brought this up with anyone, so I don't know if this is a common thing, but I remember when I was, like, 5 or 6 years old, you know, you were told by your parents that, like, they were born as a kid just like you, and then they grew up. And I was actually very skeptical because, like, as a 5-year-old, I was like, there's no way somebody could be alive for 40 years. Like, it doesn't even seem fucking... It legitimately didn't seem possible.
That's so fucking funny.
They had to have been born as an adult because nobody could... Because, like, a day took fucking forever when you were 5. Like, that, like, it never ended. And then I was like, I'm an adult now. I fucked up. I want to be 5.
What was happening to you as a 5-year-old where you just watched the hours...
No, I mean, I guess it's just like, because, you know...
Like, time does not stand still when you're a 5-year-old. If anything, you have no sense of time, and it's like, you just play with your toys all day. And then
I guess it's because, like, you know, I was looking... Oh, yeah, exactly. I was looking forward to, like, my 6th birthday when I would get more presents.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can only... When you're 5, you can remember maybe, like, 2 or 3 birthdays or so. So, like... You're like, so every memory I've ever had, they have lived through like 20 times that. You're like, that doesn't even seem conceivable. Turns out it fucking starts blowing by. And I think that's why people say as you get older, time flies faster. It's because you have more memories, so like each day seems relatively shorter compared to your life.
Well, the funniest part of that is that Pound was fucking 5 years old and he said that like verbatim.
Yeah.
I was very philosophical as a 5-year-old.
I remember just one of the memories. I wish you could remember every day of your life. Like, I wish our memories were so good that we could remember exactly what it was like to be 4 years old.
Isn't it kind of weird that, like, we're doing this right now, but, like, we actually won't remember it? Like, eventually it'll just disappear.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I already forget about things we talked about on this podcast.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I don't
Bailey
remember
says that
yesterday.
to me. Bailey says, like, Pound, why did you edit this into the podcast? I'm like, I didn't. That was just in the podcast. You're like, that wasn't in the podcast. He doesn't remember, like, what just happened. Yeah.
But, like, to the point where I actually bring it up to you, and I'm like, that didn't happen. You edited that in.
I remember the one thing I really wanted as a kid, one of the things I wanted several, but can't remember, is I remember being a kid and just being like, I cannot wait until I can eat candy whenever I want. That was it. Like, I was like, I hate being told when I can and cannot eat candy. And now when you're an adult, I can eat as much candy as I want, but I can't because it's killing me, you know?
And because you just, like, want to throw up after.
I love it, dude. I actually eat so much candies. I'm not even kidding. I'm not going to lie. I'm the gummy king.
You already... Wait, no. You had a nickname in high school that's similar, right?
The gum doctor.
The gum doctor. That's right.
He's actually a dentist.
I'm a dentist. No, but I could dive into a deep conversation about the world of gummies. I think I shed some light on that in your Discord, Pound, when Robbie asked, or somebody was asking about fruit snacks. Haribo. Oh, no, you had Haribo colas.
No, I said the cola gummies were the worst candy I've ever bought in my life.
They're good. What the fuck?
There's something you don't buy on their own, right? Like, that's like buying, are you familiar with Chex Mix, both of you? That's like buying one particular item, like a whole bag of one particular item.
It's true.
But
like the colas are the best.
No,
so it's valid.
See, that's so interesting to me. Like, I
they
could care less
suck.
for them. I do like them, but they're not my favorite. And then Bailey loves them.
Also, I left them in my car, so
Oh no.
I recently found this out about gummies. They melt.
Okay.
And so the bag is just like one gummy now. It's just like a
That
pouch
is incredible,
of gum.
bro. You can just chew into it. That's so good.
I'll go take a picture of it. It's still in my car. Like,
I'm so jealous of you that it's warm there that things melt in your car.
oh yeah, dude, it's like 80 degrees right now.
My car is a fucking mess right now because all of the car washes have been closed and I'm not doing it myself.
The car washes
How
are
is
closed.
anybody going to recover in your economy? How is anybody going to stay afloat during these times? Like, even in the U.S., so many places have had to shut their doors down forever.
I don't know. I don't run a business. I don't care.
What do you mean? You're a famous YouTuber.
It's not a business.
Yes, it is. Bailey LLC.
No.
Yeah, Bailey's like, yeah, only one employee. This is what Bailey sounds like. He's like, only one employer has been able to stay afloat.
It's me.
I don't employ anybody.
Yeah, no, we know. Badger was on the payroll, but Badger paid you to be on his payroll for sure.
Yeah, he does. He subscribes my tweet.
No, but seriously, you grow up fucking fast. Like, I remember my entire life just listening to the media and stuff like bitch about millennials, where they're like, oh, millennials are so lazy, you know, they're stupid, they're addicted to I heard my entire life getting shit on because I was like the youngest generation. And then like starting like a year or two ago, I would go online and like make a comment and I have like 5 replies like, okay, boomer. I'm like, no, fuck you. I've been getting made fun of for being, you don't call me that.
Yeah, time grows up so fast. Grows up so fast, it goes by so fast. I remember being like 12 and wanting to be like a YouTuber, and then I was like 18 and I was a YouTuber, and now I'm like 20 and I'm not a YouTuber. And like, that whole process is gone. When I was 12, that's all I wanted.
I hope you enjoyed it while you lasted.
Yeah, I know. And now like, all I could imagine as a 12-year-old was like making YouTube videos, and now it's been and gone. And
what's next for you? What can't you wait to be next?
I work in digital marketing. Fun.
Digital marketing.
Fun.
Digital marketing.
It's not.
I was just trying. Whenever I have a really hard time when you say something in your accent, and then I just want to repeat it. I have a hard time not doing the accent with you. Like you just said, I do digital marketing, and I was like, so what is digital marketing? Like I can't stop it.
It's marketing, but it's digital.
But I know. What do you do? It's such a broad term. Like if somebody tells me they're in advertising, I'm thinking that they run like a sex ring. You know, like that's just so generic.
Why did that come to mind?
No, I'm saying like they're doing something sketchy. Like when they just say something really vague like that.
Oh, okay, I get you. Like somebody says they're a dancer.
No, that's more specific. At least I know they dance. Like, but okay,
well, you know
Bailey,
that they do advertising.
I know. All right, what do you do? What is digital marketing?
Making marketing campaigns. It's making like videos for social media and stuff, and then posting and promoting and all of that jazz.
How'd you get this job?
From my old job, I did admin.
What's admin?
He runs a sex ring.
Yeah. I run a sex ring. It's basically just like anything that a company needs to do on a PC, it gets sent to you and you do it.
On a PC?
Isn't it weird that if a girl told you that she had sex with someone, you're like, oh, okay. And then if she told you she had sex with someone for $20, you're like, oh, you're a whore.
Why did that come to mind?
I don't know.
Like, why would doing it for free be like better?
Because
one's legal and one's not legal?
No, but there's like a very actual logical reason. The motivation behind doing it for free is that you wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Well, they still wanted to do it.
No.
Well, no, but the implication is you had to be paid off to do it.
Okay, well, what about this? If a girl goes on a date with a guy and he pays her dinner and they fuck, then it's just a date. But if like he just pays her money for food, then she's a whore.
But the food wasn't directly correlated to getting sex. Maybe you should have had sex anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you, Pound.
Yeah, not my personal experience.
Yeah, not with you. You're fucking ugly. No, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm kidding.
That should just be our podcast from now on. It's like Bailey, you British faggot. Just kidding. Like,
Bro, I felt bad.
yeah. Oh man, I hate hurting people's feelings. That's why I always say like. That's why I always go like if I get pulled over, I'm like, what'd you stop me for? You fucking pig. I'm like, oh no, just kidding. There's things I bring up, and I'm like, I don't know how to word what I'm trying to say. And then I remembered kind of why I wanted to bring it up. When I was talking about, people say it's healthy to have a glass of wine every night, but like you don't go to a recovering alcoholic and tell them to have a glass of wine every night because it's like good for their heart or something. I finally put into words why I wanted to bring that up. It's because I feel like too often we give people like general advice without actually knowing like where they are in life and stuff. It's like a more broad thing, and if you guys have any examples, that'd make the story a lot better, probably. Yeah, just like with the telling an alcoholic to have wine, you know, you'll meet somebody, or somebody will be online. Like, somebody will be online, they're like, I'm really, you know, depressed, or, you know, I'm having trouble losing weight. And then you'll just give them, like, some very vague general advice that worked for you, and you don't know anything about the person, so it might not work for them at all. And I guess that's like a failure we've started to have, is that we should get to know people better, or ask more questions before we just hand out advice that might actually be detrimental to them.
Isn't that the point in Friends?
Yeah.
Friends, yeah.
The real moral, don't go on Twitter to try to get life advice.
Yeah, really, honestly, yeah. I mean, it depends, right? Like, there's a difference between, like, losing weight and, like, knowing a recipe for something, you know? Both, one of them you should ask on Twitter because it's a more general thing, but maybe there should be a better distinction within people to who you ask what to, you know? I feel like people are very comfortable online nowadays. Like, there's probably subreddits out there where, like, people go ask for, like, fucking sexual advice and shit. It's like, bro, it's so personal. Like, how can anybody answer that for you? It's for you to figure out. And that's why we do a self-help podcast. Let's go.
So welcome to the self-help podcast.
Like, the internet, it's so
SHP.
beautiful for that reason too, right? Like, if you're in this world and you have a question and nobody in your immediate network can answer it, and you just need some advice or experience that other people had similar to yours, the internet is a beautifully working network for that, you know?
People never, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is.
Appreciate, yes.
Okay. I don't know how that word was not coming to my mind. People don't appreciate how much work people put in to get to where they eventually end. And a big thing with that is, if you see when somebody says online, they'll say like, oh, Jeff Bezos makes $100 billion a year.
Here we go.
And what they do is they go like, in 2019 he was worth like $100 billion. In 2020 he's worth $200 billion. So they say he makes $100 billion a year. But he started Amazon 25 years ago. So he's still making a shit ton of money. That's, you know, he made $200 billion in 25 years. That's still like $8 billion a year. But that's way different than to say he made like $100 billion in 1 year. You're disregarding like the 24 years of when people weren't even sure Amazon would like continue being a company, like would make it. What were we talking about directly before this? That made me think of that.
I don't know.
Me and DC
starting a business online.
Oh, yeah. Like I was gonna say, you know, this podcast might look like it's not, you know, not taken off yet, but, you know, if we get to, whenever you look at, like, an established podcast, you know, the ones that are like, man, I wish our podcast could be like that.
It takes years of work.
I mean, they had years, yeah. Except for some podcasts where, like, I listen to them, and it's like you listen to episode 1 and they're like, hey, we're in our garage, I hope you guys like this. And then episode 2, they're like, oh, we got 10 followers, thank you guys so much. And then episode 3, they're like, we just hit 1 million listeners, thank you. I'm like, what the fuck?
But also, like, a lot of people who do stuff online see those success stories and get demotivated by it, because they're like, oh, if I haven't gotten 1 million followers by episode 3, then I'm fucking failing. And it's like, no, everyone has their own journey. If you stick with it, you know, long enough, and you do the right stuff.
If you listen to the biggest streamers like Nick Merckx, Tim the Tap, I watched a Tim the Tap Man making a video, and he's like, I streamed for 5 years with like no viewers, like at all. Mm-hmm. And then it just overnight, the right game came to him. Fortnite, actually Ninja, this is like the 10,000 hour, or this is the Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell theory. He was lucky, as well as capitalized on opportunity when it came to him. But Fortnite came out and Ninja got as big as he did, and he was a friend of Ninja's, and now Tim the Tap Man has blown up bigger than Ninja. It was just a combination of, but he was there for 5 years. He was established.
Yeah, Ninja did the same thing, and there were loads of stories when he was like the biggest streamer in the world that, like, you know, he streamed other games for like, I don't know, like 10 years before, and was, you know, moderately sized, but again, it's all that work, and people, when Ninja first got big, were like, they hated on him a lot because he just blew up, and like, just because you didn't know him doesn't mean he was nobody before, it doesn't mean there was no work put in before.
Right, like he had 300 viewers playing Call of Duty or whatever game he played, I forget, Halo.
Yeah, and like a year before that, he probably had like 50 viewers, right?
Yeah, exactly, yep.
That's something that I've really worked on. I got some advice on that. Is that
from the internet, from Reddit?
Yeah,
some personal advice.
Well, it's okay. You're gonna make me say it, fucker. I got the advice from Sleepycast. Are you happy?
There it is.
they said, because I used to I remember when I was a kid, I hated PewDiePie, and I think a lot of people hated PewDiePie because you're like, look at this guy, he's got this is way back in the day. We had maybe 20 million subscribers or something. He puts out these stupid Let's Plays and he's making millions of dollars. Well, it doesn't make any sense to dislike him, because if you can make millions of dollars doing what you do it in a heartbeat. Yeah. So if you are upset about, which maybe you shouldn't let it get to you at all, but you should be upset at all the people watching them. If you don't think it's worthy content or something, you shouldn't be mad at the person creating it.
Yeah, but even then, you can't really be mad at the people watching it, because it's not as if PewDiePie's manipulated them all into watching. He just makes content that they all enjoy. So if you're getting mad at people for they're not even giving him money, they're just watching ads. So I don't know, it's stupid. Just let people do what they want to do.
I don't even understand how YouTubers make money, because I'm I don't sit through ads.
Well, yeah, but there
who are all these people watching ads?
So many people watch ads. Yeah, they don't think there's another way.
How do I do this again? Every week on the podcast, we have a segment. If you didn't watch last week, then I'll explain to you real quick. One of us tells a story. It's either completely true or completely a lie, and the other two have to guess which it is. If we get it right, we get a point. If we get it wrong, the person telling the story gets a point.
Scoreboard.
And this week, it's Pound's turn. I am on 6. Pound's on 6. DC's on 1.
Let's go.
You're ahead of me. Or did I catch up last week?
Oh no, I am ahead. I'm on 6. Pound's on 5. DC's on 1. There you go. Cut that out.
So I got you like to start with the title, right?
Yeah, go for it.
My headline, yeah. So I guess this will be song pickup failure.
False. It's a lie.
It's a lie. It's a total lie.
What, you wrote a song?
No. Fuck no. I tried to use a song that somebody else made to pick up a girl.
Oh, no.
And I thought about this just being a normal segment on the podcast, but I was or just cringy ways you try to pick up girls. And I'm no, I'd share 50 stories and they'd share none.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Bailey would be oh, I was dating this girl on Tinder, and she FaceTimed me while I was streaming. It was so cringe. And then DC would be yeah, one time a girl wanted to lick my ass, but I forgot to wipe, and that was so embarrassing.
No reaction.
No reaction. No, I have I'm on the fence with rim jobs. I want one. I really want one just to experience it. One of those. I think we talked about it. I'm one of those people that wants to try everything at least once. And but the other thing is just it is so I'd have to shave my asshole and then
that is a lot of effort.
Come directly out of
not even the hair, just shave the asshole off of your body.
And it's also very, it would feel invasive, right? It's just a very very private area.
Except we're all gonna have to have you gotten a prostate exam yet, DC?
Jesus, I'm still in my 20s, dude. God damn.
I forget what age it is, but I know that once a year the doctor has to start putting his finger in your butt, and that's just a thing you live with from now on.
Prostate exams come when you're 50, or maybe that's a colonoscopy.
No, but I'm saying eventually, I don't know if it's when I turn 40, when I turn 50, but for the rest of my life, the doctor's gonna finger my butthole to make sure I don't have cancer.
All of our dads anal foreplay.
I'm gonna go to my dad. And I'm gonna be my dad's gonna be you're grounded. I'm gonna be oh, I'm grounded. A dude stuck his finger in your ass.
I'm telling mom.
I was a hopeless romantic in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
This is the story now. There was a song, I think it was, because this was how old am I?
24.
So this is 10 years ago. Yeah. But there's a song, I think it was a Bruno Mars song or something.
Oh, no.
He's
sing it.
Girl, you're amazing, just the way you are. Yeah, it was really, and
when I see
maybe
your
it's kind of
go ahead.
face.
Yeah, it's just one of the songs you want to sing along with.
Fuck the story.
No, this could be the outro. We can all get the lyrics up and sing for the outro.
Karaoke with the BDP podcast.
So I'm looking back, I think it's kind of just a cheesy pop love song, but being a 14-year-old dumbass, I was this is the deepest thing anyone's ever written, in history. And so, this is the plan I came up with. There was a girl I had a crush on. This is the plan I came up with. I was gonna, because we go to class together in school. I was gonna go up behind her. I'm gonna play the song on my phone. I'm gonna walk up behind her and put my headphones in her ear.
Oh my God, your approach is always great intentions, horrible execution.
And then she's gonna, and this in my head, she's gonna be like, "Oh, this is such a sweet song. I need to date this guy because he played the song for me." That's what was in my head. And so I catch her, walking towards class, and I get to the exact part of the song. It's the part I sang about like you're amazing just the way you are, or whatever. That was a line that I thought was so deep and everything. I get to that point in the song, pause it. I get my headphones.
This girl's like deformed and like missing an arm, and he's like, "You're amazing, just the way you are."
She's like on crutches, so she can't get away from me. Like, I go behind her and I try to like put my headphones in her ear. I get like one in her ear, and looking back, telling the story to you guys, I don't know how else this could have ended. She kind of like jumps,
yes.
jumps far the fuck away
I
from
love
me.
when strangers touch my ears.
In my head, I guess I watch too much like anime and like romance movies and stuff where like, because in like a movie, you like put it in her ear, it would go into her ear perfectly, but she'd be like, "Oh, I love this song. We should hang out." That's the like movie picture in my head. No, she like jumps ahead and like turns around to see like who the fuck just like touched my ear, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to play a song." Now I'm like laughing, sharing this.
I picture this girl like being a black belt, and like Pound approaches her ear and she like body slams him, like puts him in a chokehold. What are you touching my ear for?
I put the headphone in her ear. She grabs my wrist and like flips me over her shoulder.
And you start singing "Boo," and I see your face.
Yeah, she like jumps ahead. She like looks back at me and like we don't say anything. We just look at each other for like 2 or 3 seconds. It was probably like 3 seconds. It felt like a minute. And I said, "Oh, I was trying to play a song for you."
No, that's the worst thing you could have done.
What'd she say?
Play it off as like a prank or something. Yeah. You should have like, "Hello, almost got you."
Yeah. Wet Willy.
I was like,
Willy.
"Wet Willy." I got you. And so I wasn't like a stranger. Like, she knew me. And so looking back, I'm sure I terrified her, but she tried to play it off like nicely. Well, she's like, "Why'd you?" At first, she kind of composed herself, but she's like, "Why'd you touch my ear?" I was like, I was trying to play a song for you." And she starts kind of like trying to be nice, so it's not like awkward, I guess. And she's like, what song did you want to play? And so I like took my headphones out and I played the song for her. And once again in my head, I was like, "Oh, she's gonna hear me play a song that says she's amazing just the way she is, and then she's gonna want to blow me." Like that's the only possible reaction to hearing that. And then she's like, "Why'd you want to play that for me?" I was like, "I just wanted to let you know that I think you're beautiful just the way you are." And she's like, "Okay, thanks." And then she kind of just walked away. Like that was the extent of that.
God, that's a fat L.
Bro, my body like cringed when you said she walked away.
I mean, she was going to class. That was. It would be weirder if she just stood there forever. Could you imagine if I like broke this girl? Like she doesn't go to class. She just stands there.
She never dates
like the next
a guy
day
ever again.
Yeah.
Did you ever date this girl in any way?
Fuck no.
What was her name?
What was your relationship like after this happened?
I mean, maybe in her head it like hindered it, but I didn't at the time. I didn't feel like it hindered our.
I mean, she filed a restraining order, but like,
I guess it didn't like hinder us that much
We
because
weren't
it's
like
not like
legally distanced, but mentally a little bit.
what was her name? First name?
April.
What color was her hair?
Brunette.
How tall?
She's actually pretty tall. She's about 5'9", I guess, because she was close to my height, but I was a little taller.
Bailey? I'm tempted to just go with whatever you guess so I don't lose more fucking points.
Why? You're gonna lose them anyway if
All
I
right,
get
then
it
it's
wrong.
true.
I'm going true as well.
For the first time, I have lied to y'all.
Why?
How did you think of that insignificant experience you just relayed to us?
Well, and this is the horrible part. I actually planned that when I just never did it.
Oh my god, I knew it was too like poundy to not happen. Yeah. Oh man.
I got sold because you said it was 10 years ago and that song came out 11 years ago. So I was like, it's right. There's no way he looks
Yeah,
up that detail. But he didn't look it up at all. He just already had it. Fuck.
That's why I knew it would get y'all, because I'm like, because I kind of already played through this in my head. I just was not stupid enough to do it.
I need to reevaluate my approach to this game. Like, I always think I have to come with the craziest, like, biggest stories, and I'm like, I can't remember anything crazy.
Well, it's more fun if you do, but like having the occasional like mundane one in there is pretty fun.
Next week I'm gonna come and be like, I'll be like, last week I wanted to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but I ended up eating a bologna. Forgot you, like I didn't.
We're banning that. That's bad. No sandwich stories.
That's the ones that I always hate. Where I'm like, okay, this is too mundane for you to like lie about it, and so it's like impossible to guess. Yeah.
I tried to make like all of mine sort of interesting. I know like the streaming one wasn't that interesting, but I had inspiration for that, right? So I was like, it's a good story. I got it. But
so you guys are all pulling
well done, Pound.
From real experiences and just changing them.
Well, so far I've only told real stories. So.
Oh, I haven't done that at all. Mine are all complete bullshit or complete truth.
Didn't you just say that you were building off of something with your streamer story?
No, I just no. I built off. I said this on the podcast, but I was literally scrolling on Twitter and I saw Monster D-Face and I went from there.
Oh, okay. Wow,
that's what I thought.
Your imagination is beautiful. It's the BDP podcast.
I should just find some like royalty-free music and just like fade it out at the end of the episodes.
Oh, we got the live action monkey. Come on.
Right.
We don't pay him for nothing. We don't pay him.
You pay me in bananas.
I thought you were gonna go like fucking blowjobs or some shit.
Can you hear that?
Yes. Magically, DC, when you play the guitar into your microphone, we hear it.
Wait, sometimes we don't.
It's a joke.
God damn!
This is aggressive. Help my ears.
So wait, all right, real quick, what did we talk about today? Growing
Pizza
up,
Hut.
Pizza Hut, being a kid,
The Travis Scott meal.
Digital marketing.
digital marketing,
Admins.
So we hoped you enjoyed your time this week on the BDP podcast. Yeah, we talked about the Travis Scott burger. We talked about the Pizza Hut scams and being a kid. Till I can eat candy whenever the fuck I want. Oh, I like this girl at school. I think I'll sneak up behind her and put an earbud in her. Just kidding, I'm a bitch and I bitched out. I'm just kidding, I'm a bitch and I bitched out. I'm pound on the BDP, on the BDP podcast.